And on that note, I love these segues when they happen like that. Don't they? It's kind of perfect. Or even better than that, maybe. Good morning, children of God.
Good morning.
What a wonderful day. No snow here. The rain worked out perfectly. Absolutely perfect. Enough snow on the hill. For those of you who want a white Christmas, you can get to it quickly and easily. Visit my house. Here. And we're all here. Let's begin this morning in prayer. We take a moment, we rest, we focus, and we center on the presence of our living Father, Mother God. And we acknowledge that presence moving in and through us this day. In this moment, we choose to be open, receptive, responsive, and obedient to His instruction and guidance. And we give thanks for the opportunity to come together, to sing, to worship, and to pray in the name, in the nature, and in the power of the Christ. Amen.
Hey, good morning. Welcome this beautiful Sunday morning. Our theme for the month has been Living in the Presence, the Promise of Christmas. And today is the fourth Sunday of Advent, and that is joy. And we will be lighting the candle in a little while for joy. Today is also something special. It's the winter solstice, the shortest day of the month. The year. And the month. And it says winter begins. Well, I think it already got a head start on that.
So glad to know the winter has begun.
And it says it's being the shortest day of the month, but I'm not sure if it's going to be longer or taller after this. And here at Christ Unity Church, our guests are always welcome, whether here in the sanctuary or on the internet. And we like to acknowledge our guests as first-timers, because after that, we hope you'll feel at home with our church family. For those online, please drop us a note, and for those here in the chapel, please stay following the service for fellowship so we can get better acquainted with you. Okay, and for those who are online, use the link of the page you're viewing the service. Thank you for coming, and we bless you. You bless us with your presence. Our reading of the daily word this morning will be by Phyllis.
Sunday, December the 21st. My heart is open to the joy of Christ. As I look forward to celebrating the birth of the Christ child, I take time to deepen my understanding of this sacred event and the meaning it holds for me. Through his life, Jesus taught about our own spiritual nature. He showed by example how to honor the Christ qualities of perfection that are inherent within all of us. I embrace each of the Christ qualities of love, life, light, and peace. I ponder their meaning and the ways that I can express them more fully. In Scripture, the angel's announcement of joy encourages me to explore the perfection that brings me happiness. I am open to new experiences. With enthusiasm, I celebrate and give thanks for the joy of the Christ that inspires a life of vitality, harmony, and freedom. And from Luke, the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for see, I'm bringing you good news of great joy for all the people."
And this is our fourth Sunday of Advent, the last before Christmas. And today we light our candle with joy. Today, I light a candle of joy in my heart. As I spend these precious moments with you, dear Lord, I let this joy glow within me. What an awesome feeling it is to be completely aware of this wonderful gift within. As I open my heart to you, I am immersed in the presence of pure love and joy. Thank you, God, for the light of joy that lives in my heart. I was wondering how I was going to pull this off, and we need to make a slight change in stage, you see, because we do lots of different things here. But I got this nice red tie for Christmas. Isn't it great? Listen. They figured the tie was loud enough so they didn't make the music too loud. Nice recovery? Yeah. You want this here, yes?
Nice transition.
Good transition. We work on that a lot around here. Actually, we don't work on it. That's the best part. Is God works it so well that we just kind of go with the flow and get the right and perfect people in the right and perfect place and do what we need to do when we need to do it. And we're getting very close now to the end of our Advent tour, this adventure in the process and preparation for the birth of our own indwelling Christ. And so this morning, let's continue that process as we work together in prayer and meditation. We focus with the Father and I are one. And holding to this truth of us, we rest. And we move in consciousness to that place where we know this truth. The Father and I are one. It is that place that Jesus called our secret place, our inner closet, where we go and shut the door. And in this place we allow all those thoughts of that which I must do to just rest, and those thoughts of I should have done to just rest. And in this place, I am in the now, in the moment. And with each breath I take, I allow myself to be more aware of this truth of me. I allow myself to take time to claim that which is mine in this moment. Peace, love, security, comfort, Whatever gift you seek, it is given in this moment. As I accept and claim this gift, I am grateful, and that feeling of gratitude moves with this gift, moves through me, flows through me. Into this place, where it joins with other thoughts of like mind, and grows in strength and in power. And moves from here into our community, into our state, into our country, around our world. And throughout our universe. And the thought that leads is there is only one presence and one power in life, God the Good. As I allow this flow to continue, somewhere, someone, somewhen says, thank you, thank you, thank you. For in this moment, the gift you sent is the gift I need, and I am grateful. And that gratitude swells from that one and returns to you. And in the knowing of the truth that we are never separate one from the other, the circle is complete and whole. And in this knowing, I am lifted up. Every cell of my being is immersed in it. The joy of it. And knowing that at any time in the days to come, I can go to this place, experience this feeling, and share with my world. Knowing this truth, gently, easily, and effortlessly, I bring my attention back to this now, to this when, to this room. And with this latest gift, and from my heart, I pray as Jesus, my elder brother, has taught us. In this manner.
I
Christian men rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Give ye heed to what we say. News, news, Jesus Christ is born today. Ox and ass before him bow, and he is in the manger now. Christ is born today. Christ is born today.
The Christian men rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now ye hear of endless bliss. Joy, joy, Jesus Christ was born for this. He hath opened the heavenly door, and man is blessed evermore. Christ was born for this. Christ was born for this.
The Christian men rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now he need not fear the grave. He speaks. Jesus Christ was born to save. Calls you home and calls you home. Today is everlasting hope. Christ was born to save. Christ was born to save. Christ was born to save. Christ was born to save.
We got another giant thank you meaning you for the work you have done, the prayer work you do on a regular basis, the prayers that you request that we join with you, and you bless us. I need to tell you that. You bless us with your prayers. So if you've been hesitant about saying, oh, these guys are too busy, it's Christmas, and it's a busy time of the year, don't go there. Bless us. Bless us with your gifts. Your gift is to ask to pray with you. To pray with you. So that you may experience the joy in your life that you want. We all have things going on in our world where we say, boy, I wish I could put a little more joy in that, or a little more love in that, or a little more peace in that. However, there is that in us that says, yeah, but I'm not strong enough. Yeah, but God's so busy He won't listen to me. Yeah, but even if I do pray, I never see anything. Yeah, but none of that's the truth. Here's the truth of you. You can never be separate one from the other. And the opportunity to share, to work with each other, strengthens us all. And the thank you came from, if I can pronounce it correctly, and if I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll get an email. Negros Occidental. I have no idea where in the world that is even, except it's an Italian last name, which I thought was really kind of cool. But I suspect it's a third world country where he has the only computer in town, and he sent me a note. Here's the blessing that he gave. Thank you to all of you who put this site together that I might connect with the truth of me. How's that for slap your jaw on the ground? Sometimes we wonder when we do stuff, because I got to tell you that on a Sunday, when I look back there and after a service is over, I ask Lynn, what does it look like? And there's one or there's two. And I check my email on Monday and we have one or two prayers. And you wonder, is the work that I'm doing worth it? And that was the answer. Yes. If I did nothing else the rest of this year, I did a lot of other stuff, but if I did nothing else all of this year, it was worth that. See? It was worth that. I've been saying on a regular basis, what we do is too important to be kept quiet. Maybe that's why I'm wearing a loud tie. We need to share this joy. We need to share this truth with one another when we're going through challenges, and with our world that has its fair share at the moment too. I heard something this morning that just kind of tickled me because it's contrary to what's going on around us. There's this huge fear factor out there, and as a result, people are being very tight-fisted. And the truth is that encourages what? Lack and limitation and being tight-fisted. Now, we're not talking about going around being like drunken sailors here. However, you should not be afraid to spend your treasures for gifts for others, for gifts for yourself. How many of you bought a gift for you this Christmas? I knew Alice was going to raise her hand. You betcha. Gift for yourself. It's an important thing to do. To Rob. Merry Christmas from Rob. Huh? I get those. Sometimes they say Santa, but we all know what that is. I need to honor me. Right? I need to recognize the truth of me. That I am worth more rather than worth less. I'm heir to the kingdom, and I need to express that. In this time of the year, we're talking about the birth of the Christ. I was talking with a friend online the other day, and we were comparing notes about some of our evangelical brethren, and I've come to the conclusion that they call themselves Christians, but really what they are is Paulines. They follow the teachings of Paul, which is not a bad thing. He was a good guy, converted to Christianity, had to be blinded first. Ooh, there's a story in that, isn't it? But they follow the words of Paul and many of the doctrines of Paul. Nothing wrong with that. But we work on the words of the Christ that was exhibited in the Nazarene. This knowledge that the Father and I are one. The joy this one felt. It's so hard to convey that in words, but I have a picture in my office. It's one of my favorites. It's the laughing Jesus. Head back, just howling. Told a really good story or heard one, right? Whatever. Because he was human. And as divine as you and I. And the only difference is he expressed it every day. You and I express it on glimpses where we know that this is the right thing for us to do. We feel it and we move forward in it. And our brother just did it every day. He forgot how not to do it. Just did the work every day. Moved forward in it every day. Loved everyone in his relationships every day. Saw the joy in his world every day. Now, I have to tell you, if you have never lived in a third world, the outer expression is less than what you're used to. Let's put it that way. The notion of no electricity and no indoor plumbing and no water that you don't get from a well that you just as soon not look at the water. If you've never seen that, then you really can't recognize and see the place in which Jesus lived. Now we could look at that and go, oh my goodness, wow, what a horrible thing. Where's the joy in that? The joy is in the hope of things to come. Don't you think that there's somebody that kind of has an idea that when we work together and we raise our consciousness up, that there is never a question that we can accomplish anything collectively or even individually? You can accomplish anything, and we can do it collectively. I don't need to look at this current structure and say, oh, this is all there is. Oh no, there is so much more. So much more. Describe for me a snowflake. Which one? Scientifically, we know that each one of them is different. Just as you and I look kind of the same, and yet we're different. If we were all together in a bank, we could be a snowbank. I love to watch. I do these every now and again just so I can look at Steve who's going, where did that come from? It's one of the reasons that I use that as an analogy is to remind you that when you work together, you increase the strength of yourself. When I say it in meditation that we work together and that thought comes together and increases in power and strength, that is not to mean that you are not powerful and strong. You are. But when we work together, we increase that power and strength. We increase the effect of it so that our friends, plural, from around the world, hear from you in one way or another. And I'm having fun with some of the things that are going on because I like to look, and I'm the technological guy, and I just like to play with it. We got more stuff coming, by the way, not only on our website, but other areas as well, to get this word out of who we are. There was a note that I got the other day that Unity Church, which I find real interesting because whoever wrote that has no idea what our background is, but they said Unity Church is one of the oldest organizations that is involved in intercessory, is that the right word? Prayer? Where we intercede on the behalf of someone else? Is that the right word? Somebody will tell me if it's the wrong one. That word, great big long one and in quotes. They missed 2 points from my perspective. The first is that it's Unity Church isn't. It's Unity School of Practical Christianity was its original name. For me, it still is a school. They can call it Unity Institute if they want. That's cool. It's a good legal name. But for me, it's the study of practical Christianity. That's part one. Part two, I don't intercede on behalf of anyone in prayer. And neither do you. You pray with them. You pray with them. Not on their behalf, but with them. Why? Builds the strength. Builds the power. And you're never alone in that. Ever. And if you want to have a really joy-filled day, I mean, it's just a monster joy-filled day, is meet with someone in prayer and be silent. Just allow that power to flow through you, to work in the silence. It's easy to be still. We're working on being still. We start from there, stilling our body, stilling our mind, and then work together in the silence. If you want to experience joy this Christmas season, or today, don't wait, go to the silence and experience it, and then share it. Right? It's too good a secret to be kept. Okay? One of the challenges that a lot of people have is they think there have to be rules. And if I just follow the rules, then, and I'll do whatever the then is. Here's the rule. There are no rules. There's only one. God the good. Only one. The Christ, indwelling Christ is that personification that we recognize. See, because we just can't describe that. One of my teachers was saying the problem with being in the silence is as soon as you come out of it, you try to explain where you've been and you limit it. And he's right. How do I explain to you this? How do I describe to you the snowflake? How do I describe to you that oneness? Right? So I dance around it, and I use the words that I know, the language that I have, and I express it from my heart, my feelings. And I share that with you, because that's what you share with me. And that's what we share with our world. So in this holy season, when we say joy to the world, the Lord is come, we can mean it. It doesn't matter what's going on out here right now. I suspect things were not all that good in Bethlehem 2,000 plus years ago. I'm just guessing. But I just know the goat herds were on strike. Because they don't talk about goat herds, only shepherds. Just a guess. Soldiers at the door. King hunting you down. I mean, things were tough. And yet, look at what occurred from that. Joy to the world. The Lord has come. That within me is now being born. Reborn. That in me, that is the presence, is now being expressed in a whole new way. Wednesday, we'll be talking about the light of the world. And if you can't be with us Wednesday night and you have access to a computer, we're going to film it, do live streaming like we have done with our Sunday services as well. That's a new first for us as well. So even if you can't be with us here, if you've got access to the internet, you can be with us on Wednesday. I was talking with Roberta, and she's seen us a couple of times on Sunday, and she says, oh, it's a really nice program, but it's not quite the same as being there. Also true. We do really good work, but it's not quite the same as being here. So I invite you all to put on your calendar to join us on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock as we do our candlelighting service and finish up the preparation for the birth of the Christ. Experience joy. Breathe. Hold for just one moment. Bring it up. The most joyful circumstance or experience that you can. Doesn't have to be a current one. It could be a long time ago. It doesn't make any difference, but I want you to hold it up and breathe it. Now feel that. And now that it's here, right up in the front of you, don't repress it, but send it out. Breathe out. Have to tell Steve to breathe out. Not that Steve, the other Steve. Steve Shaw's over here turning blue. I'm so glad that he said breathe out. All right. It works. Follows instructions really well. That's on his resume. I saw it. That's the joy coming out. That you and I have the ability to be very serious about the work that we do and yet be joy-filled about it at the exact same time. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. I behold the Christ in you. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. For those of you who are traveling, Godspeed. And then next week as well. For this moment, we have spoken the word, and now we can say, it is done. Namaste.
Thank you for listening. Please feel free to pass this message along to your friends and family. You can obtain additional audio tapes or CDs by visiting our website or by calling our office at 541-772-6902. We invite you to join us in prayer. We know that prayer works, and now you can send your prayer request to our prayer team here at Christ Unity Church by using the form on our website. The activities, programs, and services of this ministry are presented on a love offering basis. All gifts, regardless of size, are gratefully accepted. You may participate either by sending your gift to Christ Unity Church, 540 North Holly Street, Medford, Oregon, 97501, or by visiting us on the internet at www.unitymedford.org.